Welcome back, Duelists. Casual Duelist here, and before I get into today's deck profile for the Phantom Beasts, I would like to make two notes. First, this will be one of the last four decks I make concerning the Battle City skills in particular, because I think I'm going to try to do these all next week, and we're going to get the God decks out. So we're going to have to do the Hieratic Chant Merrick. We're going to have to do the Fury of Thunder Yugi, and it's no monster, it's a god Kaiba. And finally bring Obelisk, Slifer, and Raw to our speed duel repertoire that we've been building on the channel. So after today, these are the only three skills, besides Taya, that were new skills that I'm going to be building decks for specifically. Secondly, I understand that today's deck is Phantom Beasts. Now, I know somebody out there is going to go, hey, why wasn't this more competitive? This could be more competitive. You're right, it probably could. I enjoy this deck casually. Probably because it's in my name, but also because it's just one of those decks that's just kind of fun to throw around. I will be making something more akin to the GOAT format Zoo deck, and it's already sort of in playtesting, and I will be giving you guys a much better beast down, as it were, in the coming weeks. So I want to do that. I got a Tech Warrior. I got some other cool things that I'd like to do, and once I'm finally out of the Battle City set and done with all the skills, that'll be great. Also today, as a rare treat, I'm going to be doing a side deck. So I've got 6 cards chosen for that as well today. So let's get into it. That's enough talking about it. So our skill is going to be the Yamayuki. We will be using the Beasts of Phantom. Alright, so our main deck is going to consist of 21 cards. We're going to use 3 copies of Baphomet. We're going to use 3 copies of Gazelle. We're going to use a singular copy, Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest. Look at him. We are going to use 3 copies of the Phantom Beast Crosswing. And to round out the monsters, a single Thunder Pegasus. Over to the spells now. We're going to have 2 copies Book of Moon. 1 copy Cosmic Cyclone. Yeah, you guys thought it was going to be 1. It's 2 Foolish Burials. Because, this is Speed Duels. We don't have a ban list yet. I do expect this one to go down to 1 to match the main game eventually. Sooner the better, actually. And 2 copies of the Big Cattle Drive. Moving on to our traps, we are going to use 2 copies of Horn of the Phantom Beast and a single Waking the Dragon. No Zoma the Spirit today, guys. Moving on to our extra deck, we are going to have 1 copy of Arcana Knight Joker, 1 copy Blue Eyes Ultimate, 1, 2, 3 copies Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, and a quick thing to note, I'm not sure if it said it on Baphomet, Gazelle and Chimera are always also treated as Phantom Beasts. And 1,000 Eyes Restrict off to our sideboard, side deck. And real quick, I'll actually give you some reasonings here. Phantom Beast Wild Horn in case you find yourself in a more battle-oriented position. Cosmic Cyclone for when you need to control things. Lost Wind for control decks, especially like Union Machines. Because again, you got to remember they get the spell-proof armor. And if they don't have Jinzo already up on board, Lost Wind is going to help you stop that fusion monster from being very effective. Oh, looks like I lied. There's my Zoma of the Spirits, guys. Because inner conflict is still always going to be a thing. So, there you go. That is the skill card. That is the 21 card main deck and the 6 card extra deck. And 6 card side deck, sorry. I've been playing this game for like 19 years. And for some reason, I still can't get that straight. Which one's extra and which one's your side. So, if this helps you guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. But please tell your friends. It's a cool channel. We'd love to have you guys as the cool people commenting down there, joining the conversation with us. Anyway, class is dismissed if all you were here was for the list. And for everybody else, let's talk over the strategy of the deck now. So starting with the skill card, Beasts of Phantom. This is one of those really cool effects where we get to use both effects once per turn every turn. During the main phase, we can discard one card. It's essentially going to be our polymerization. So we can fusion summon a Chimera, the flying mythical beast from the extra deck, using monsters from field and hand as fusion materials. So again, we don't have to run polymerization in the main. We don't have to run any of the other things like Fusion Gate. It's just unnecessary. Don't have to do it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. During the end phase, if Chimera, the flying mythical beast, was fusion summoned this turn, we can add a Phantom Beast from the graveyard back to the hand. Each skill once per turn. Awesome. So, realistically, there's no way to go wrong with this. And it's going to bolster your hand again. And once you see what Crosswing is going to do, you're going to understand why this is still good casually. And why I didn't feel the need to make this super competitive this time around. And there's always the option that I'll update it later. So, real quick, Baphomet. When his normal or flip summoned, you may add... that's right. You can add one Gazelle, King of the Mythical Beasts, from the deck to the hand. According to this card, though, because Baphomet is a fiend, he's not going to be considered a Phantom Beast, which is fine. He's also a Tribute Summon monster card. Most of the time, we're not going to Tribute Summon for him. We are going to use the Beasts of Phantom, and we're going to go ahead and get the fusion off. So, boom. Gazelle. Again, a little bit of reminder text. Always a Phantom Beast. Decent 4-star, 15 by 12. And this will get bigger later, I promise you. Now, Green Baboon. One of my favorite characters from any type of beast-oriented deck. When a face-up beast monster you control is destroyed, now it does need to be a beast. Beast Warrior and Winged Beast will not count for this. When a beast you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, while this is either in your hand or the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can pay 1,000 life points to special summon this card. This is sort of important, and is one of the reasons Foolish Burial's in here. So just kind of take advantage of this. And he's great. Again, 1,000 life points. I get it. It's a bit heavy-handed here in Speed Duel when you're only going to start with 4K to start. But you got to understand in the main game, this guy was beast mode. Next up, we're going to have Crosswing. And Crosswing wants to live in the discard pile, which is the reason we have so many Foolish Burials. When this is in the graveyard, all Phantom Beast monsters on the field gain 300 attack. Yes, this does stack. Yes, I did my homework on this one before I made this video because I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I did that back when I did the Subterror deck, and I absolutely somehow missed an entire line of text and had misplayed the card a bunch of times. And again, so sorry I did that and didn't do my homework and failed English class that day. But Crosswing, according to the TCG and OCG rulings, absolutely does stack as an effect. So every time we get one of these in there, that's an extra 300. You drop 2 of these in the graveyard, Gazelle's up 6. He's already 2,100. It's really going to allow the Phantom Beast characters to get big. And this is great, especially since our fusion monster is also going to be considered a Phantom Beast. So we maximized at 3. We also went with the single copy of Thunder Pegasus. And again, when you are in a combat situation, this is usually my switch out for the stronger character in the side deck. Almost did it again. This one is 4 stars, 7 by 2,000. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you banish this from the graveyard. Target a Phantom Beast you control, and it may not be destroyed by battle this turn. And again, if you're dealing with like inner conflict and stuff, and maybe they took one of your monsters, like let's say they took your Chimera to attack one of your other cards and clear it off the board so that they could go for game. you will be able to use the Thunder Pegasus to make that card stay there, and this may actually save you from taking too many life points during the turn. And of course, since they went to their battle phase, they cannot tribute. I'm not sure if they could tribute anyway with the inner conflict, but by going to the battle phase, they definitely fail to, even if they could. And that can help you withstand that bout, which is why Zoma was not in the main deck. Off to the spells again. I like to play 2 to 3 Books of Moon. Today it's 2. Cosmic Cyclone, pay the 1,000, banish a spell trap. Very good. The Foolish Burial, send a monster from the deck to the graveyard. This will allow us to, again, we can either load the discard pile with the Green Baboon, or we can put Crosswing in there. And you could technically put the Thunder Pegasus in there and wait for his effect too if you really wanted. It's a play. It's not always the best. Again, maximize this with a 2 copy today. 3 was too many. We got the 2 copies of Big Cattle Drive. This is actually our draw spell. So if you control a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster, you draw 1 card for each of those monster types that you control. It's not monsters of those type. So this will draw you between 1 and 3 cards. Again, 3 if you have a Beast Warrior, and a Winged Beast. 2 if you have a combination of 2 of them, and, obviously 1 if you only have 1. You cannot activate other spell traps or effects during the turn you activate this. So this is kind of like you need to put something in your hand. I don't believe that this will stop a skill card. Nobody has stopped me from using my skill card with this. Again, if that is something that has come up, join the conversation down below. Let's talk about it. But for the most part, this is like I want to dig into my traps. I want to set something for the opponent. Or, if your opponent is going back row crazy, you can still set this to smoke something if you don't already have Waking the Dragons back there. So, very cool. We went with the trap/equip Horn of the Phantom Beast. So we target a Beast or Beast Warrior that we control, equip it with this card, give it 800 attack points. Crazy powerful, right? Then if the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you get to draw a card. Again, we can defend our monster, get it a little bit of strength. Again, if we broke their monster defensively, we still get to draw a card, go to our turn, draw a card, do all the things, get all the cards. And then, again, if you're in a good setup position, you might play something like the Big Cattle Drive at that point. I did think about dropping the Cattle Drives entirely, dropping both and adding a 3rd Horn of the Phantom Beast, and then just playing it at a 20 card level. And you guys could obviously do that as well. And then, of course, the 1 Waking the Dragon, because we always want to be threatening our opponent, especially when Zoma is such a big part of the meta right now. And Waking the Dragon absolutely reigns on the parade. And again, the extra deck is fairly straightforward. Arcana Knight Joker can defend itself by negating cards that target it, by discarding a card of the same type, whether it be spell, a trap, or a monster effect. The Blue Eyes Ultimate is still the strongest fusion monster in the game and the strongest written stat in the game. The Chimera, the Flying Mythical Beast. When this card is destroyed, target a Baphomet or Gazelle in your graveyard and special summon it real quick. Did Baphomet say something about specials? No. So that's fine. But again, if you did, you could special summon this. Or, this gets broke. Special summon your Baphomet. Book it. Flip it. Get your Gazelle back. And right off the rip, we could fuse for another Chimera. And again, Chimera being a Phantom Beast, gains power from Crosswings, and also has the ability to gain the horn, the Phantom Beast horns. So, yeah, that's like 8, 29, 32. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, we maximized at 3 because you're just going to play it a lot. And then, of course, the 1,000 Eyes Restrict. It's very good that we can go ahead and equip our opponent's monster to it. It's better that we shut down our opponent's ability to switch their battle positions and attack us. And then again, back to the side deck. The Wild Horn is my usual switch out for our defensive character, the Thunder Pegasus, when you need that aggression. And again, his effect is, he does piercing damage when he attacks defenses, which again is fine because we've got so many ways to power him up real quick that that's going to happen. We got the second Cosmic Cyclone hiding in here in case we need more back row hate. We got the Lost Winds when we're facing a bunch of special summon effect monsters. And we got Zomas for when we are going up against the Inner Conflict. So again, this is a very good casual deck. And I know that I was asked to try a shuffle and see whether or not we could do all of the things. So up in this corner is my extra deck. Sorry. You know what? Boop. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try this. These speed duel videos don't tend to go as long, so I'm a little more comfortable. I don't like making the videos too long because I remember being on the other side of this exchange, watching people, and I never really cared for, 5 minutes on this card, 2 minutes on that card. Give me the list, let me go, and if there's something I need to understand, explain it afterward. And that's really the basis for why I make the videos with the the order of the way I do things. That has been asked a couple of times, so I figured we should just, maybe address it while I shuffle cards, because this is really boring any other way. If you guys keep hearing that squeak, that's just my wonderful wife beating up the stationary bicycle right now. She's getting in that little bit of cardio. And it looks like she's listening to some fun music because she's got a big smile on her face right now, which is adorable. So this should be enough shuffling for a 21 card deck. We're going to go like we're going first, and then we're going to see what we would get if we went second by adding the extra card. So there's our big cattle drive. There's our Cosmic Cyclone. Okay, I didn't shuffle this half as well as usual. You could obviously sit behind your Waking the Dragon, set the Cosmic Cyclone. You could summon the Crosswing, play the Cattle Drive, draw the Phantom Beast. But again, that's only if you got everything on your second turn. And then, of course, we'd be able to set that Horn, which could bring him up to a 2,100 point card. And that's only if we had gone second that time. Let's try this again. Just real quick here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle in my deck. Alright. Card 1. Thunder Pegasus. Crosswing. Book of Moon. Baphomet. So again, right here, I would probably set the Thunder Pegasus. With the Book of Moon in the back row, setting up for a basic. Maybe my opponent's not going to open very well, but they probably will. So I got a defense worth 2k that's probably going to get busted with a cross out. And then I've got my Book of Moon. Conversely, we could summon Crosswing in attack position with the Book of Moon in the back row. And then if Crosswing dies anyway, we still power up everything else afterward. With the potential to maybe get again, if they only summon the one monster, we can book their card, and then go ahead, tribute into the Baphomet on the secondary turn, and that'll give us the Gazelle, and we'll have one card in our hand to discard to go into the Beasts of Phantom. And again, if the Crosswing is already in the discard pile, which it would be by tribute in this instance, that Baphomet, that Chimera would come out at 2,400. So if we went on the second turn, we'd get the big cattle drive. And again, let's say that we did play the Crosswing. We did set this. We did play this. We would get a Foolish Burial. We couldn't activate it, so we would just hold it. But this would allow us on the next turn to drop another Crosswing out of our deck, which now gives us a plus 600 to any Phantom Beasts being played. Not that the next card would still be Crosswing, but if it was, that would put him at 1900. So not terrible. Let's check time. That's about 20 minutes. I'll try one more. I'd like one where we could definitively summon the Gazelle. And again, or not the Gazelle, the Chimera. And again, usually I'm playtesting. I'm usually playing on like a dueling book, or I keep forgetting the other one. It's another little app game on the computer, but that's really more for masterclass games. So okay, draw Baboon, draw Crosswing, draw Gazelle, draw Gazelle. Kind of wish we had Baphomet. We would draw up the Crosswing to fuse, and then we'd get the Gazelle back in the second main. And then if we went second, we could absolutely do that. And or you could, of course, drop the green Baboon. But again, in this instance, we'd probably drop the Crosswing because we want the power as a more staple thing. And Baboon can still activate his effect from hand. So that's it. This is a bit of a late upload. I've still got to upload this and then do all the things. So this will be up kind of late for Tuesday. So you'll probably see this on Wednesday. You guys have a lovely day. I'll see you guys next time.